You inherited $400,000?
No, I didn't.
Everything has always been put into his parents' name.
Ma'am,
When you have paid for it.
that does not qualify, nor does it, in fact, refute anything that the court has said that you need to produce. So if you have documentation, then you had a right to produce that, and you didn't do that.
A mother is taking her ex-husband to court, claiming she isn't getting enough financial support and is now demanding a share of his assets. Her sense of entitlement is unbelievable, and the situation only gets more outrageous as the case unfolds. Get ready. This drama is full of shocking twists you won't believe.
You know about my health issues?
I've never seen any health diagnosis pertaining to you.
But you were my husband since 2014.
Exactly.
You had to take care of me?
No.
I was not prescribed medication.
Not that I'm aware of.
I did not go see doctors.
You may have went to the doctors. Lots of people go to the doctors.
I don't have a little disorder called POTS.
Not that I'm aware of. I've never seen a medical diagnosis stating it.
Isn't that why you had bought me the tester for my glucose? Because that has a lot to do with the blood pressure disorder and whatnot. Because I couldn't buy it. I don't have a job.
I purchased it for you because you asked if it would have been prescribed by a doctor, then my insurance would have covered it.
We had Medicaid, did we not?
I don't recall the time period.
Okay. So I've never been tested. I don't have anxiety. I don't have anything wrong with my esophagus. With my anxiety, I don't have that disease in my throat that you took me to go get a biopsy to.
I believe I answered this question. I've never seen a medical diagnosis stating that you have anything, nor have I ever been verbally told by a medical care professional of any diagnosis.
How many doctor's appointments did you go to with me since 2010, since I moved down here with you?
I don't recall.
How many baby doctors have you gone to?
Well, it's a long time ago, but I have been. I can tell you that. I didn't document it, so I don't have an exact number right here.
Were you not the one who drove me to the doctors when I had to go get tests done? Because I do not have any family down here or anybody else to do it.
Objection, Your Honor. I believe he's answered these questions.
Well,
He said he hasn't seen
hold on,
papers.
ma'am, hold on. I don't think that he's answered this specific question about driving her to appointments, so I'll allow it. Go ahead, you can answer it.
I may have driven you to a doctor's appointment. I don't recall taking you to one for a biopsy.
So you don't know who drove me home?
I said I may have taken you to a doctor's appointment in the past. I don't recall taking you to one for a biopsy.
This woman is doing everything she can to ruin this man's reputation, spreading lie after lie, only to fail repeatedly. Meanwhile, the father remains calm and methodically dismantles each false claim. It's truly sad to see how some unstable partners will go to such lengths purely for financial gain. This mother is a prime example, and trust me, this case is far from over. There's still much more to uncover.
Because this was our home. This was Michael's home until he decided he wanted to divorce me. Now it's all of a sudden their home.
Okay. Well, ma'am, if you could present any deeds or anything like that showing that it's deeded to his name or the two of your name, then the court would again entertain that, but you've not produced anything to that extent. So court will sustain the objection. You'll have to move on.
How many assets of ours have your parents had in their name?
None.
The Buick you drove since 2011 when you got it until you changed it into your name was not driven by you?
It wasn't my asset until I bought it off of them. And then, yes, the title was transferred into my name. That's how it usually occurs.
It says that it wasn't bought for anything on the paperwork. Is that a lie?
Objection, Your Honor. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I didn't catch that either, ma'am. You'll have to re-answer it so we can hear.
In the transfer papers, it said that it was not bought for anything. It wasn't paid off. It wasn't your credit cards that paid on that or your money that came from an account sent over to your mother's account to pay for it.
I didn't send any money to my mother's account.
How did you pay the bills here? How'd the money get to them?
The bills go on my credit card that I pay.
The bills that are in your mother's name.
Well, some are in her name, some are in mine.
Isn't it true only the trash is in your name?
I would have to go through the bills. The ADT is in my name as well. There's more
Yes,
than
because
just the trash.
did we not put the ADT in? Did we not have that installed?
Ma'am, how's it relevant as to what bills are in whose name?
Because he has transferred countless amounts of money to pay all of these bills that were in their name because they had not even the funds to take care of 2 homes like that. Like the ADT, yes, of course you paid that bill. We installed that.
Okay, but how is it relevant as to the possibility of them paying your bills if they're your bills or marital bills?
They did not pay our bills at all.
That's exactly what the plaintiff
at.
has said, and you keep hitting on the fact that they did pay your bills, that there was money transferred to them to pay
Yes.
your bills.
Because they were all in their names.
Ask the question and then move on, because it is getting very redundant.
In December of 2012,
Objection.
Where the co-
Your Honor.
What's the objection, Mr. Todd?
Time frame 2012 is
Ma'am, how is it relevant what happened in 2012?
My home was raided by the police.
This mother is furious that her ex-husband included his own mother in every transaction and asset he built, making sure she couldn't claim what he worked hard for. Honestly, it's a brilliant move. Whether you're a man or a woman, having a prenup should be a must, especially if you've already built businesses or acquired assets before marriage. This man is outsmarting her at every turn, and the drama is just getting started.
Negligent high charge?
I'm sorry, what? No,
Does your mother not have a negligent charge?
no, I don't believe so. Negligent. I guess I'm not even really sure what that is, to be honest with you.
Your mother wasn't in a car accident when she was 19 years old and somebody that was in her car?
I'll sustain the objection. I don't know how her having a...
He has an issue
Ma'am,
with...
stop. When I'm making a ruling, you stop talking. I don't see how
Stop.
relevant it is if his mother having something when she was 19 years old is relevant to these proceedings.
He said that
I'm
he had an
sustaining the
issue.
objection. Move on.
Okay. Did you know Mr. Taylor was driving me that day because I had passed out and had an incident with my POTS?
No, I didn't know that.
Did you ask?
Did I ask? No, I didn't ask why he was driving you.
What was your text message to me when I pulled out the driveway?
I don't recall.
You didn't text me saying you and the kids will never get anything else from me. I'm kicking you out of that house.
I don't recall saying anything like that.
And then on that Monday, your parents filed for an eviction. They didn't do that?
I've already stated that I'm not a part of the eviction. It's not my home, and I didn't request the eviction to be initiated.
So the text message of you saying you were going to kick us out has nothing to do with them going and filing the next day?
No, I don't recall
Okay.
your text message, but I'm not a part of the eviction, as I've stated multiple times, to be honest.
You've never texted me saying, why would I let you live in my home if I'm divorcing you?
I don't recall ever saying anything like that.
When did you build the Ford truck that I now drive?
When did I build a Ford truck that you
When
drive?
did you have custom built the Ford truck that I drive?
Well, it was ordered because that's when cars weren't on the lots frequently. So we ordered a Ford Explorer that is both of ours, not just yours.
Who drives the car?
You do currently. I have in the past as well.
You drove it whenever or on snowy days when you worked in Battle Creek?
Yeah, I have driven on a snowy day and whenever I wanted.
objection, Your Honor. I don't see how
So
this is
you
relevant.
paid for features on the
Objection.
truck?
Hey, hold on, ma'am. Go ahead, Mr. Todd. What?
I don't see how this is relevant. Who drives what vehicle?
Ma'am, how's it relevant? They do have on the chart that you would receive that vehicle. So are you
Yeah,
disputing?
and I
are you
see
dis-
that the
hold on,
Kelly
hold
Blue
on.
Book value is wrong.
Are you disputing that you'll receive that vehicle?
No, he said he was taking it from me, so I'm just trying to figure out, who did you custom build it for?
Okay, the chart shows that you would receive that vehicle.
It's truly baffling that someone like this is even allowed in court. She's the definition of toxicity and deception, making it obvious why the father chose to end the marriage. While it's usually women who initiate divorce, this time the man took the lead, and it's easy to understand why. After years of dealing with her behavior, he's likely immune to her tricks by now. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comments.
$400,000?
No, I didn't.
Who inherited the rest of that?
I don't know what you're referring to. The rest of what?
When you received that IRA, you did not tell me that it was $400,000 to be split amongst you, your brother, your parents, and your mom's brother?
I did not tell you that. And I also can't speak to what other people have inherited. I can only speak to what
I'm asking you if that is what you said to me.
I already just answered it. No, I didn't tell you that.
So you were lying to me then, or you're lying to me now?
I didn't tell you that, and I also don't know the relevance.
The relevance is you hiding things.
I don't hide anything.
Because if you were to get one, wouldn't your parents and everybody else get one?
Relevance?
Yeah, objection, Your Honor.
Relevance is you hiding finances.
Okay.
Once again.
Ma'am, yeah, you haven't produced any documents to show that anything has been hidden, and I've given you some leeway to get into that, and you simply come back to the same thing, that he's hiding stuff, but you don't have any documentation that he's hiding anything. So unless you can produce anything, you need to go into a different line of questioning.
Your Honor, I was waiting until my statement to let it all out. I have never been allowed to know any finances. Everything has always been put into his parents' name.
Ma'am,
When you have paid for it.
that does not qualify, nor does it in fact refute anything that the court has said that you need to produce. So if you have documentation, then you had a right to produce that, and you didn't do that. So
Your Honor, I do not have any paperwork about
Okay.
anything. Anything that I have learned is just recently.
Okay.
I was financially abused, mentally,
Ma'am.
emotionally, physically.
move on, please.
I was just alive here.
Move on. Again, you had a right to produce that. You didn't produce it. You could have engaged in, under the case scheduling order, you had a right to engage in discovery. You did not do that, and you did not produce any documentation as required by the case scheduling order. So I've given you leeway to ask him the questions, but
Your Honor,
no,
how
go
would
ahead
I
and
get that?
ask questions, ma'am. I'm not going to just continue to engage in the same dispute with you. So go on.
So you want every other week with your children?
She keeps accusing the father of hiding money and neglecting child support. But the irony is glaring. She's unemployed and unwilling to contribute anything herself. No matter how much the father earns, she refuses to work or help meet her children's needs. This is a classic red flag, entitled and lazy. Get ready, because this case isn't over yet, and the mother's about to have a total meltdown.
I never was allowed financial anything. He never told me. His parents have had stuff of ours in their name forever. Money-wise, everything. So I know there's hidden assets. I know there is. And with the IRA, he told me that it was $400,000 split up. So I'm not seeing how it's not anymore. I believed him because it was my husband. I found we did go on vacations. I keep everything, receipts, everything, plane tickets. Recently, I had gone through them, going down memory lane, and noticed that he was using the name Michael Maddox Thomas. That was the name on the credit card. I noticed that with the bills, his name was changing on them. He's now Michael T. Maddox on everything. He was changing some of the bills to Maddox Mike Maddox. So I don't know anything about his life. It was basically a lie to me, like everything. Everything was hidden. That's why I had no knowledge of anything. I trusted my husband. I believed him. He said, your job's stay home, take care of the kids, everything, the house. That is why he sat back in his bedroom when he, would be home and not working out. He has picked up the kids once from the football game the other night since January of 2023 or 2024. I'm sorry. He has taken them to a movie twice. He does not do the grocery shopping for them. His father does. He does cook them some meals. He does not pick them up. He does not drop them off. His dad does everything for these kids. His dad takes my son to work out. He does not. That is his thing though, is working out. My son's trainer working out is actually not his grandfather. It is a man named Mark Rice. My son, I hear about him or else I wouldn't know who he was. I hate hearing my kids cry that they don't want to leave on the weekends. I don't want to hear anything like that. The kids go over there because I started dropping them off. I got told to stop dropping them off, that if he wanted them, he would get them. The first time I did that, he asked them, so your mom's not gonna drop you off? And I don't know if his son ignored it. I don't.
It's unreal how she's now playing the victim, crying her eyes out as if she wasn't the reason the father divorced her in the first place. Honestly, it's almost funny how some people believe tears and self-pity can erase their actions. This behavior is more fitting for a child, not a grown adult. This case perfectly shows how unchecked toxicity can destroy a relationship and continue causing chaos even after divorce. It's a solid reminder of how crucial it is to think logically and choose the right partner. That's it for this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more juicy court drama. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.